guys, how you doing? Welcome to this week's episode of Taff Rocks tutorials from our Halloween series. We're getting close to the end now. We'll be finishing these just before Halloween, so I want to try and get as many in as possible. Before we begin today's tutorial, if you could just give us a bit of a subscribe and click that little notification bell, we'd really appreciate that very much. Because I thought it was a good idea that we take away some of the simple details and try and make them even more simpler in some of our rocks, I'm just going to be using black for the main pieces, would you believe? So you can see from the image at the front that it's the background that does all the work in this rock. I hope you enjoy this one, guys. No doubt I've made a gazillion mistakes, but do you know what? That's what makes them unique. Let's get on with the project. Just in case you're wondering what this little board is all about, I work on a couple of projects at once, and you saw that I painted all the way down to the side. So to move this to make way for other projects would mean I'd get paint all over me and I'd make marks on the rocks. So I use these little boards just to help move my rock around when it's wet. So this has only had one layer of orange paint, and hopefully you can see that it's quite patchy, but I like it because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some yellow in the middle, and I'm going to use these little sponge dabbers. So I don't want it looking perfect. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to use my pencil and I'm just going to draw a line. I don't want this looking straight either, so you might not be able to see it, but it's just a guide. I'm going to wait for this yellow to completely dry before I add some decoration to this. Hopefully now this is dried enough. So I'm going to start on the end here. Fill all this with a nice seam. So here's my black. First thing I'm going to do is a tree. Maybe I better turn this around and start right here. Normally my shaky hands work against me, but today they seem to be working for me. The wonkier these branches, the better it looks. So let's move along and let's paint ourselves a scarecrow. Let me get some more paint in here. There's no detail in here, so it doesn't need to be perfect. So we're going to start with the round head, a bit of a stick for a neck, I'm not going to do any legs. If you want to do legs, you can. I'm going to leave him dry off a bit before I do any more detail on there. Over here, I think we'll do a bit of a pumpkin. Now what I want to try and do with this pumpkin is leave the eyes So far so good. So there's going to be a line here which is not going to be straight. Just going to change my paintbrush. Okay. So I'm going to paint all this bottom bit in black. It might not look like anything right now, but you can now add some bits of grass simply by flicking your paintbrush just to soften up the edges. Now my hands are not steady, so I'm just going to go to my faithful black fine liner pen. Add some birds flying. Because it's Halloween, these will be bats. I'm going to do some hair, or straw rather. Stick for an arm. There we go. A super quick Halloween scene. Whilst I was leaving this dry, I decided to do some fine branches coming off here, and I like it so much. I'm going to try and extend this tree to cover the top here. As you can see, there's no flay required for these because they are just wiggly lines. What I might do, I might just try and bring a few down like this. And put a tiny little cat sitting in the tree. I also think that I'm going to put another tree on this side because this is a bit bare. Back to my fine liner and add some wispy branches over here. The wonkier these branches, the better they look, guys, okay? So if you're thinking that your branches are just not straight, go and have a look at a tree. If you haven't got any trees near your garden, check out your local nature park. Have a look how straight these trees are. Especially this time of year, because all the leaves are falling off, or are falling off. And they're not straight at all. There you go. I think I'm happy with that now. If you want to, and you couldn't manage leaving the eyes of your pumpkin. You can take a bit of yellow and colour that in, but I'm quite happy with mine as it is. I'm not going to do anything else to this. This is just so simple, it's amazing. Look how effective that is. I love it. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's the lack of detail that makes this rock so amazing. You don't need to be an amazing artist, which I certainly am not anyway, as you've seen from my previous projects. So let's have a look. It ended up working quite well. I'm really pleased with this. Yes, I made a few mistakes. Also made a few mistakes whilst videoing it today. But hey, it doesn't matter. It worked out fantastic. If you enjoyed this video, errors and all, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you'd like to help this channel out and support us, click on any of the links in the description box below. Don't forget, guys, before you leave, please subscribe and click that little notification bell. I want to take this opportunity, because we are getting really close, to wish you a spectacular and safe Halloween, and I hope you thoroughly enjoy painting all of your rocks. I'll catch you soon, guys. Ciao for now.